What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Leo coming to you guys with yet another video. Coming to you guys today with yet another top 10 video. Today we're doing top 10 wrestlers who should go back down to NXT. We see wrestlers go down to NXT who have done pretty much little to nothing on the main roster, who definitely need to be on NXT right now and definitely spice up the roster. But I couldn't do this video alone. I had to bring a wrestling enthusiast and I had to bring the true juggernaut. Introduce yourself, brother.
What's going on, Leo? I'm so happy to be back on your channel again. It's always a pleasure to be on your channel. Can't wait to get into this top 10 wrestlers. I need to go back down to NXT, and it's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, I think I don't. And here's a quick disclaimer: just because we send somebody we on our list that's probably want to go down, it doesn't mean like they're trash. It just we feel like with the way their career is being handled right now is literally not going to go anywhere. So we feel like
They need to
NXT is
be
pretty much the best.
repackaged.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
that's pretty much why we pick some of the wrestlers. So it's not hate
hmm
against anybody. We love everybody. We respect everybody that's doing their thing. But since Judge, you're my guest, you're gonna get the first pick. So let everybody know who is your first pick.
So my first pick is gonna be Madcap Moss. I think
Ooh,
he has so much potential. But the thing that is right now, like on the main roster, he doesn't have much of a character to him. Like he has a package. I think a few months ago, like when he was like going for like the IC title and stuff, like he was going for the stuff like that.
yeah,
He has so much potential. He could be a future world champion. Of like this, he could be like a Triple H guy. And yeah, Matt Cat Moss is gonna be my first pick.
yeah. I think I agree with you, and I definitely think with the way the current landscape is within NXT, you definitely could fit down there with people, like Braun Breaker, Apollo Cruz, going after the North American Championship or even the NXT Championship if he wants to. I definitely think something like that would definitely be beneficial to him. So I definitely give you props for picking Mac and because that was one of the people I was going to pick. That was one of the people I had on my list actually. But for my first pick, this is a tag team. I'm gonna go with a tag team, and it's Los Lotharios, consisting of Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza. I definitely think
I actually was thinking about putting them on my list, but I didn't put them on my list. But I was thinking about it though.
because I've seen a little bit of. If you guys haven't really caught up with either one of these guys, if you haven't seen Angel Garza's work, and especially as a cruiserweight, he was a cruiserweight champion. His matches with Leo Rush was great. That fatal four-way that they had at Worlds Collide in 2020, that was a great match. I wish I was there for that match, but I only had two choices. It was either that or the Rumble. But I definitely think if you was to put those two as a tag team, I definitely think they will add a little bit more depth, is just because they have a little bit more of a high flying type of vibe to them, and I definitely think you can put them up pretty much against anybody, and I think you will get a good match out of it. You can put them up against Pretty Deadly if you want to. You can have them face the New Day if you want. Then you want to. I definitely think there's something
The
there for
Creed
them.
brothers.
Exactly. Or even Indu Share if you want to. If you want to have like that David versus Goliath type of storyline with tag teams, you could definitely go that route as well. So, yeah, Los Lotharios is my first pick. Who is your next pick?
Okay, so my next pick is going to be the Viking Raiders. The
Ooh,
team of I Ivar. Is that how you say his name?
Ivar. Yeah,
Ivar and what's his part? I can't remember his partner's name. Ivar and I'm trying to think of his name. Is their partner's name? Yeah, well, the Viking Raiders.
Eric.
That's who,
Eric.
Eric and Ivar. Yeah, Eric
Yeah,
and Ivar. Yeah, that's who I have as my second pick. Tight team here. Um, they really haven't done a whole lot as of late, like on the main roster. If I'm not mistaken, they're on SmackDown, correct? Yeah, they're on
yeah, they are on
SmackDown.
SmackDown.
Yeah, so they haven't really done a whole lot like around like the title picture and stuff. I mean, it's not like the Usos are going to be losing the titles anytime soon here.
Mm-mm. Maybe after they split them.
Yeah, maybe after I think maybe around like Mania, that's when maybe the Usos will start losing their titles. But yeah,
Yeah.
the Viking Raiders, they need like to be repackaged a little bit. Like it seems like they always change their names. They become the Viking Raiders, and then they're War Raiders.
In the
W-
Viking
the
experience,
Viking experience, like WWE doesn't know what they want to call this team.
they don't.
And I enjoy them. When they were in NXT like the first time, and I think they could have some. I kind of want to take this um from the Brawling Brutes here, but they can put on banger matches back. Back when they were down in NXT the first time.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
you put them back down there again, and repackage them. Maybe work with some of these younger teams, like you were saying, like the Creed brothers, maybe Indu Share, or other teams down there. I think that could help out the NXT tag team division quite a bit. Putting the Viking Raiders down there.
Oh, absolutely. Because I remember the first feud. If I can't remember all their feuds, the one feud I remember is where they faced Aleister Black and Ricochet for the NXT Tag Team titles. That match was one of my
That match
favorite
was
matches of the
great.
year.
Yeah. What takeover was that?
I believe that was Takeover New Orleans.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think it was Takeover New Orleans because I no, it was in 2019, I believe. So it was right before WrestleMania because I remember they had a tag team title match that year.
Or was it San Antonio? No, it wasn't San Antonio.
No, I'll probably have to look back, but I know it was in 2019. Comment down
Yeah.
below which takeover that match happened at. But that was a good pick. War Raiders, I definitely think would be a good tag team back down there. My next pick, speaking of someone we just talked about, I'm gonna go with Ricochet. Ricochet goes back down NXT. I definitely think, even though I know he's been getting a lot of love by Triple H, so it's kind of like it could go either way because Triple H has definitely been giving more time to Ricochet on SmackDown with him winning the tournament, about to face Walter once again for the IC title. But we already know he's not gonna win, and I don't think they're gonna have him get fed to Roman. So maybe you put him down at NXT. He can have some banger matches. We've seen him face Carmelo Hayes. I would love to see that match again. He could face Wes Lee. He could face Dominic Dijakovic. Who are some people other down there? Maybe Jordan Devlin or JD McDonough. I would love to see that. You can even have him go after the NXT Championship if you wanted to.
Go
And I
after
would love
Braun Breaker, or or if it's Apollo Cruz, we'll have to
exactly.
see. We'll have to see this Saturday.
You put Ricochet down there, he's definitely going to get ratings because you know Ricochet has a lot of history. He's been pretty much everywhere.
I would love to see Ricochet and Wesley go at it.
Exactly. And if you decide to turn Ricochet heel, I would love to
Mm.
see what a heel Ricochet can do.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like when they did that whole thing with like LA Knight, or what were they calling him before? Like didn't they change his name?
Max Dupree.
Max Dupree. Like yeah, when they were doing that whole stuff, it was terrible stuff that they were doing. But I thought they were gonna put like Ricochet in that group and like have him be like one of the stars in that group and like have him be a heel. Like he could, I
Mm,
think he could be a really good heel because like he has that face that looks like a prick. Like you want to punch him in the face because they're just good looking and stuff. Like
pretty
I feel,
much.
I feel like that's what Ricochet is a little bit.
Yeah, he's a lovable guy, but at the same time, he just has that face, like you said, that I just want to punch you, like just cause.
Yeah, because you think you're just way too cocky. Yeah, exactly. Um, but yeah, my next pick is gonna be Cedric Alexander.
Oh my god, you took one of our people. That was one of the,
I took
that
my
was
pick.
literally next on my list.
Like I didn't like I was looking at like I was on www.com looking at the rosters. And I'm like, man, this is kind of hard to pick like who I really want to go down. And I like Cedric Alexander. Like he was like the first person who stuck out in my mind. Like he really hasn't done a whole lot since like the Hurt Business. And I would love, like I loved when Cedric Alexander was in the Cruiserweight Classic. You know,
Oh my god.
he
Yes.
also, I want to see the cruiserweight division come back. To be honest, like I miss that division. Like
Yeah.
put that division on SmackDown or something.
Oh yeah. SmackDown.
Because
SmackDown.
I remember back in the early 2000s when it was on SmackDown. I mean, it was good stuff. I
It
enjoyed it,
really was.
and also I would love to see another cruiserweight tournament come back. Also, that'd be fun. Maybe Triple H can do that. Triple H, please, hey, if you're listening to us, Triple H, bring back the Cruiserweight Classic. And also bring back the May Young Classic as well.
Oh yeah.
Just saying. As well as King of the Ring, and we got a lot more tournaments I want to see come back. But yeah, Cedric Alexander, he has so much potential. Like he can be a really good, like United States, Intercontinental champion. You put him back down there in NXT. Like he can have some great matches. He can go even go up against Braun Breaker. He can go up against Wes Lee.
Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes. Oh man, that'd be such a good
Because I
match.
believe once the Cruiserweight Classic happened, I believe um, people were so thrilled about his performance that Triple H actually signed him, and he was like when they were doing the whole thing with Paul Heyman, Triple H in 2019, he was pretty much being pushed by them until Vince decided to take back over and stuff like that. But he
Mm-hmm.
was like literally in the U.S. title division. He was facing AJ Styles and putting up great matches.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely think if we revisit that, he can definitely do some great work. I think we only scratched the first surface of what Cedric Alexander can really do.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't believe you took my pick because that was literally one of the next people on the list. But but I have somebody else on my list just in case you pick somebody. I have Mustafa Ali going down to NXT. I definitely think with the way I know they're trying to do something with him. I think there's some type of story that's being brought around him right now, like that underdog story. But I think if you put him down at NXT and let him be that true underdog that we know he can be, he can do some great things. Like you can put him up against Carmelo Hayes. You can put him up against Braun Breaker. You can have him face Dominic down there. You can do great things with this guy. Like he has it. He has like that underdog feel to him. And you
Mm-hmm.
can have him be NXT champion. I would love to see him as an NXT champion or a North American champion. You could do that. So I
Mm-hmm.
definitely think at some point in time you have to. I think it would be a good investment to have Mustafa Ali go down to NXT. Who's your next pick?
My next pick is going to be a women's wrestler here, so I'm going to go
Okay.
with Sonya Deville. I
Ooh,
definitely think she needs her. She needs like a new character going on. Like the stuff that she's doing right now. Like I
yeah,
don't like how she does that whole MMA type of stuff. I mean, I know she has that kind of like MMA background, but like
right.
she just needs something else. Because like I don't want her being like a Ronda Rousey or being like a
Shayna Baszler.
Shayna Baszler. I want her to have her own type of gimmick, and she doesn't really have them right now.
Yes,
I
she
mean,
does.
I kind of enjoyed when she was like the GM and stuff. Kind of like the SmackDown like type of commissioner a little bit. I like when she was doing that a little bit with oh, what's his face? With his bald headed dude. I can't think of his name right now.
Adam Pierce.
Adam Pierce, yeah, Adam Pierce. I like when they were doing that stuff, but other than that, Sonya Deville hasn't been doing much. And kind of do that thing like what they did with Mandy Rose. Like at first I didn't like that Mandy Rose went back down to NXT, and
But it
it's
worked.
it's really grown on me. Because Mandy Rose, she's gotten a lot better in the ring. She's loved by she's like loved by the fans and stuff. And I feel like you do that with Sonya Deville. She can polish up her skills, change her character up, and yeah, I mean, and she can have some pretty good
A
matches.
good one.
Have some good matches with like Roxanne Perez. Who else? You can Alba Fire, Isla Dawn.
Mhm.
You can have some good matches with Sonya Deville down there. So yeah,
That's a good one.
that's gonna be my next pick there, Sonya Deville.
Okay, here I have actually two women's wrestlers, but I'm gonna save that one for a later one. But the first woman, I'm gonna go with Shotzi. I definitely think she is somebody I would love to see back down in NXT. I know she just competed for the SmackDown Championship. I think if you put her down at NXT, I could see different, matches playing out. I would love to see her versus Cora Jade because they kind of have like some similar in their presentation.
Like
I
the
feel
type
like
of emo type of not the emo
exactly
character, but like the darker, like the
exactly.
gothic character. Yeah. Hmm.
I would like to see those two cross paths. I would love to see her and Isla Dawn cross paths. I would love to see her and Mandy cross paths. I would think there's different things that you could do with Shotzi if you put her back down to NXT. Like you said, polish up her skills, get her like maybe a mouthpiece if she needs it. Just pretty much like double down on things that she needs. So when she comes back to the main roster, she's probably much more over with the fans, and I feel like she'll be more main roster ready.
Hmm.
Because it's a lot of cases with people who go to NXT, they're starting to become more over with the NXT fans, but they get brought up too early to where the people that don't watch NXT, they're not gonna know who these people are. Like, who is this? Who is she? Like, what What has she done? Like stuff like that. That's why you need to do that more.
And also, NXT fans are a lot different from like main roster fans because, like, I feel like right now NXT fans they just pop for anything. You know what I mean? Like they'll just cheer for like anything. I feel like,
Yeah,
and then when it comes to the main roster, they get put up to main roster and go like, "Wait, who is this person?" I didn't like some of these main roster fans don't care about them that much because like they really haven't they didn't give us like, okay, why should we care about this person? You know, like they didn't do too much to their character. So yeah.
yeah. So who's your next pick, man?
So my next pick is I think this is number one here is
Yeah,
gonna be Mace. I feel like they need to do something better with his character. Like um they hadn't doing this like whole thing, with like the Max Dupree thing, having been like a model and stuff. But I just don't like since they got rid of that whole stuff. Like Mace hasn't really done a whole lot on the main roster, and
no.
also he did that stuff with Retribution, but that stuff was terrible. Um, Heck, I mean, why not? Weren't Mason?
Mason and T-Bar were kind of like
Yeah,
one of the
yeah,
tag. They were pretty much a tag team.
they were kind of like a tag team. So why not? I don't know. Maybe put them kind of together down there. Maybe have them like be friends down there in NXT. Kind of be watching each other's back down there. I
That
think
could work.
that'd be pretty interesting. Yeah. So Mace is that's my number one pick is Mace. Mm-hmm.
My number one pick is another women's wrestler, and if you guys are looking at the thumbnail, you would probably know who I'm talking about, and that's Dana Brooke is my number one pick. I think of all the women that I was probably come across, I think she's probably one of the ones that don't get it a lot of credit because she's been there for so long and hasn't really done anything besides win the 24/7 championship. I've actually seen some of her work in NXT, and she was dominant in NXT. She was literally like literally undefeated. The only time she really lost was against Asuka at a takeover. The fact that
Mm-hmm.
she actually headlined pay-per-views. When was the last time you could have said Dana Brooke headlined a pay-per-view? Never. You put her down at NXT, she can go after Mandy because they have history. Remember, before Mandy got brought back down to NXT, they were tag teams. They were literally going after the tag team titles. You could revisit that. Maybe you put Dana Brooke with them for a while. Then you have that story where, like, one person starts to break away from the group. Then you have Mandy, Dana going after the NXT championship at the pay per view. Like, we have a pay per view coming up. Maybe you bring her down by the end of this year, build that up for their first pay per view. Take the title off of Dana. You can even have, like you said, we were talking about in our predictions. Roxanne Perez can win. She beats Mandy. Then you introduce Dana as a dominant heel powerhouse, and that's her first challenger.
Mm-hmm.
There's different ways you can pretty much use her in NXT right now. She's still in pretty much the prime of her career at 33. So I mean, she still can go in the ring. So
Exactly.
just really it's really just up to WWE to like actually like, okay, we know what you can do in the ring. We're gonna use you the best way we can besides being a jobber. Put you in NXT, let you be there for about 6 months to a year, then we'll bring you right back up.
Mm-hmm.
Bada bing,
Exactly.
bada boom.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that pretty much covers our picks for people who go back down to
Do
NXT.
you have any
Comment
honorable
down.
mentions,
Honorable mentions. I have Emma. I have Emma
Emma?
as my honorable mention. That's my only honorable mention.
I would say maybe Miriam, maybe a little bit, just to like maybe polish up her skills a little bit. Maybe because I feel like she doesn't have much of a character right now. I know she's doing stuff
The OC.
with the OC and stuff, but like she needs to maybe tone up her skills a little bit more. So maybe Mia Yim might be one for me. Just to have another women's wrestler on here. But yeah.
That's a good one. But that pretty much covers our top 10 wrestlers we think should go back down to NXT. Comment down below. Who do you feel like should go down to NXT? And we'll have a discussion about it in the comment section down below. We're on the road to 450, so y'all need to get me to that milestone by the end of this year. But also, go subscribe to my man Jugs over here because he is definitely putting in some great content out for you guys, so you guys don't want to miss out. Go show him love. Tell him I sent you. Tell him Kiki Leo sent you. Uh, Tell him more about your channel, Jugs.
Yeah, so like Leo was saying, so I post a lot of wrestling content on my channel. I do retro reviews on my channel, which I think next weekend I'm going to be doing a watch along for Armageddon 2000. So I might have Leo as a guest for that show because that is a very good Armageddon. Because on that show you had Undertaker throw Rikishi off of the Hell in a Cell at that pay per view. So,
Hmm.
and you know, this is the month of Armageddons and stuff. Like I would love to see that pay per view come back, but yeah, through the month of December, I'm going to be reviewing Armageddon pay per views. Also, you know, I do pay per view predictions, I do pay per view reviews. I'm going to start doing more of these like top tens because you know these top tens are fun to have debates with. So I'm going to be
Absolutely.
doing more of these, as well as I got some vlogs I'm going to be doing. So I got last week I went to an independent show, Wrestling Revolver. I still need to upload that on my channel. So if you guys want to check out my vlog when I went to Wrestling Revolver, you can check out that. And in a couple weeks, I'm going to Monday Night Raw here in Des Moines, Iowa, the hometown of Seth Rollins. Well, the state of Seth Rollins. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be fun. But yeah, definitely check out my channel. I'm on the road to 550 subscribers.
Yeah, I'll go do that. And also, I forgot to mention, if y'all go show this video some love, if y'all can get 5 likes in this video, me and Jugs will do another video just like this one, but we will do an AEW version. We will talk about wrestlers who feel like should be pushed more in AEW. We'll do, if you guys want us to see us do videos for other shows besides WWE, like AEW, Impact, Ring of Honor, you want us to do like these top tens, show more love to this video. If you get 5 likes on this, we'll do an AEW one here probably by the end of this year. So if you guys want to see that, get this video to 5 likes.
Also, maybe if you want to see us do a top 10 matches of the year, because you know it is
Oh yeah,
coming to the end of the year, or top 10 wrestlers of the year. This kind, you know, comment down below, you know, and it doesn't just have to be from WWE. It can be from WWE, AEW, New Japan, Impact, any wrestling promotion.
exactly. So if you guys want to see more wrestling outside of WWE, just show more. Just let us know in the comments that you say, "Oh, can you review AEW Impact?" Let us know, and we got you. You know, we're a wrestling family. At the end of the day, we all wrestling fans. So show love to this video. Get 5 likes. We'll do an AEW version of this video. But from Kicking It with Leo and my man Jugs over here, we will see you guys in the next video.
Peace out.